ATH ratio. No. That does not help with your view, because I would find that interesting, because I'm staring right at it on my own web browser. It looks pretty clean. So I don't know. Can't help you. That's the best I can do. All right, let's go ahead and get going here. So TikTok, I can see your comments, but I'm gonna try to stay on topic because a lot to cover on a Monday. Just gonna kind of walk through my morning. What I typically look at. So let's go. Yeah, you can always watch on YouTube too, or in the community. I'll cover that briefly. Actually, I'll show you all. If you're in Bodrock, all you have to go to is go to bodrock.com, botjok.com, and then once you are in there, all you have to do is go into our community events right here, or go directly on YouTube, and you can see what I'm recording is literally right here. So if you're having trouble seeing it on TikTok, this is going to give you that clear view. So I only do the TikTok just to kind of show y'all what we do. So check us out, bodrock.com. Let's take a look at economic events. I always like to start with that on Monday. So nothing crazy today. Tomorrow, we got consumer confidence, job openings. That's going to be a big one. So I would expect today we'll probably set up or try to price in what they believe this is going to be. Consumer confidence projected to go a little bit down. Job openings projected to go a little bit up. Wednesday, non-farm, pending home sales, crude oil, a lot of the normal. We got jobless claims, core PCE on Thursday, so Thursday should be a good one. Yeah. So we should have a pretty good week. A lot of the normal movers. So what we will do is let's talk about the SPY. I'm gonna take all this off here, and let's talk about kind of how it went for us last week on Friday, and how we traded it, right? So as y'all remember, we had the news, Powell speaking, so we had a lot of up down. Part of what we talk about in the room is when we were trading this and it came out, right? Every time there's the news events, unless the news is just crazy bad or crazy good, we always have the up down or down up, right? So in this instance, the news came out, we pumped, we dumped, we pumped, and then massively dumped, right? So it's a standard news event. Now it could have went the other way, right? We could have pumped, dumped, and then just continued to pump, right? The one thing that I want to share with y'all with these news events that tends to be the case, because remember, the price is likely built in somewhat anyways, right? And so a lot of times when you see the big move, whatever that big direction is, it always is going to trend back the other way. And if it does that, right, in a certain fashion, it acts as kind of strength, right, which is going to make it more bullish. So in the room when we were talking, we were basically trading this, right? I did not catch the push north. I did catch the push south. I did not catch this push north, but when I saw this bearish candle and this push here, we did catch this ride south. And then I did also catch this ride north, because when we were in the room, one of the things we were looking at is we have this support level right here, right around 435, and it literally hit off it perfectly. I mean, it couldn't have been more textbook on that. So it was great. Scalp north off of that we had called. And as I mentioned, we continue to try to push north, right? And so one of the things I would watch though today, or I will be watching today while I'm trading, is on this 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, y'all know we have this head and shoulder that we called way back here. You did have two oscillations here, and remember I talked about it when we were right here. And then we pushed north and we started to break down again, right? This is when I talked about it. Looks like probably Thursday or so, Thursday or Friday. We had said, keep an eye on the push north again. I can look at AMC in a little bit. You just have to hang around until we get through these. And so there was that chance that we can push through and make another potential retest up here at the 446 due to what happened here, right? So people are going to see this side basically become over to this side here. And so, and you can see that, that's kind of where we're climbing right now. So as far as my trading plan today goes, I'm going to be watching a few key areas. One is going to be this 200 EMA on the 1 hour. You can see we came up and we have the squeeze going between the 21 and the 1 hour. So if we reject off this as we get closer to market open, then we're likely to open more bearish until we retest this 21 SMA. However, if we can get a close above this, then we're bullish. We're going to 444. So that's the simple answer for that, what I'm looking for on the SPY today while we trade that. Now, we did have this kind of oscillation here where we did get a higher low, right? So if this higher low can break above this and we can flip this 444, there's a chance we may come up as high as 447, 448 to retest up in this area right before our rejection. So we'll be trading in the room, you guys know, and we'll discuss our strategies as we go. So that is my thoughts on the SPY and what I'll be watching. So on Apple, we were doing a review thing, so I got a few extra lines we'll delete out of there. So part of Apple, what we talked about is that we found support here. We held support at the, or why did this go to Microsoft? They did that to me last time. I'm like, wait, 312? That's not right. All right, Apple. Let's talk about Apple again. I'm like, that did not look right. All right, so part of Apple, what we talked about is that it held support at the 170, and then we actually kept it a little bit of a higher low, right? Now, we do have a potential inverse head and shoulder here forming. There's a couple of trend lines that it would have to break. I'd want to see it break one. I would steer clear of any calls unless we break above, 180.54, something like that. If we get above that, you could probably ride some calls up a little ways and some scalps. If this trend line has enough momentum to push it past this neckline, then it's going to break probably north in a big way. So like 187 or so. So that's what I would be watching on Apple. Let's go back to Microsoft. So Microsoft it's really in a similar situation, right? You have your downward trend line that we just created. So I would tighten that up like that. And then we did find support here around the 312. Same thing, right? Found support. If it can flip and stay above this 1 hour 200 EMA, then you can get a nice little scalp up to the 329, 330 range. If we reject anywhere in that 329, 330 range, then we're likely to pull back down to retest this area here. That's about all I see on the Microsoft end. So Google Divergence Center is green, but we were still red. We never actually flipped green down here. Left on my lines there. So this was kind of the channel that we were following with Google. You have your upper, you have your lower. Now the lower is here, and we haven't actually touched it yet, right? So we still, although we do have that chance we could come back up to 136, 137 and retest that upper, at some point we're going to break down. It's just going to break down and hit this line because you can see we had quite a bit of support within here. And it has not retested it yet. So it's holding as some pretty good strength so far. If you want to tell if that's going to break down or not, you can take a simple line. I mean, you can try something like this, right? Or like this. Or you can even take a more localized line, right? Like this, and just kind of pull that up like that. So if we don't break this potential kind of rise and wedge looking thing we got here, if we don't break this, then it's just going to come up here, right? So this would be your breakout. If you do see this break down like this and then hold as resistance, then you can play that breakout down south. Yeah, I'll get to Tesla, John. You know this. You're an expert. Amazon. So I had two played out scenarios there. I'll show you guys what that all is about here in a minute too. So Amazon, I mean, we're holding support here from this line that I had from way back here. As long as we hold this line above this line, right, we're moving up. So now we are below the 200 EMA, pretty significant, about maybe another dollar or so. Also, that's the POC. So for me to take a call on Amazon, I would want to see that flip. I want to see this actually close above it, pump above it, and then catch the retest, push north. That's what you'd want to do when trading that one. Other than that, just watch for the rejection off the 200 in the POC. If you get a doji of any kind with a bearish engulfing, write it back down. That'd be my scalping for Amazon. Tesla. Charts look crazy, can't focus. Well, it looks crazy because you haven't seen them before, so. I'm focused just fine. So NVIDIA, as we all talked about, you have a push north here. We did come down like this to fill that gap, right? So we did get this gap fill. We do have a couple of gap fills down here that we did not get, but it's holding above the 200. Right now it's in a squeeze between the 21 and the 200. If the 21 flips, right, then we might have another possible push north again. If for some reason it loses this 200 around 455.68 and we begin to close below that, and then we can actually get enough momentum to break 451, then we're pulling back in a pretty big way. So almost have kind of a head and shoulder forming here too. So one more push north wouldn't surprise me with NVIDIA. I'll take a look at the link. So the link might not be working. I might need to update that because we just did a revamp on our memberships. And so if you just go to botjock.com, you'll see this page here. We did a revamp on our plans, and so but I'll take a look at that. But that's where you can find the plans, is just go directly to botjock.com. So take a look at Tesla. So Tesla, this is the channel that we were following. You guys can see how it's driving north right here. I mean, it's up 3.72 today. So Tesla, if you remember back when we had this purple line here, this line right here was basically derived off of these 2 points here, almost that one. And I had mentioned anywhere near here, I'd be really careful about playing puts. Unless you can break and hold it below this purple line, I would not play puts. And so we ended up playing the calls. Calls have worked out, and now I'd be careful because we could have somewhat of kind of an inverted cup and handle here forming. So I would need this line right here is going to be crucial for me. If we break this line right here and we can hold it as support, it's going to give us enough momentum, which will break us out of that potential pattern. So. Yeah, so I would say anything above 247.25, I would play the calls. Anything if you break back below 238, I would stay put on Tesla. All right, so someone had asked for AMD earlier. I don't have AMD on my chart anymore, but I'm happy to look at it. Or did you say AMD or AMC? Let me look again. AMC, haha. AMC, good old AMC. I don't really trade AMC much. I have not really charted it either, but I can tell you quickly. Man, this thing is bleeding. Holy moly. I have not followed AMC. So the only thing I would say about AMC, just at a quick look here, is you have a support level right there. Which it's literally... Yeah, your support level around 11 I have it marked as 10.95, so about 11. So if it holds this support, it kind of like I would look for something like this, right? If it can hold support like this, it's gonna set up for another pop, right? But however, if it flips this and it actually breaks below that 10.95, it's gonna be pretty wild. But we are oversold, so on the 1 hour, or this is on the daily actually. Yeah, we're way oversold on the daily. We do have some bullish divergence actually. This could end up setting up a pretty good play. You can see here we got the bullish divergence. You got 1, 2, 3 points too. Yeah, I would say if this can hold that 11 for a little bit, you know, get some oscillations like this over this week, and we can prove that this holds support, this can be a great play north. If that person's still here watching. All right, so let's go ahead and time is it? We got a little time. Take a look at the dollar. So the dollar's still holding above that yellow trend line that we thought that it would not break. We did have another upper trend line like this. If y'all wanted to know where we got it, it's just these 2 points there. And it seems to be rejecting off of that so far. We got a wick up to it and then a rejection. So my suspicion would be that over the next few days, it'll probably do this, a little bouncing in between. We'll get our golden cross here, and then it'll push up like this, and then you'll get a little bit of a squeeze. So that's going to either squeeze it pop north or squeeze it pop south. So that's what I'll be watching for on the dollar. Bitcoin. I'll show y'all what these lines are about here in a minute. So Bitcoin did get a nice little push north at the end of the day. Don't be too excited. We are just oscillating. You know, the market makers are they're gonna enjoy this because all of these wicks up north, you know, they're trapping people long, and then down here they're trapping people short. And you're just burning days, you know, you're burning fees, depending on what you're trading. And like we talked about on the 200 coming down, you know, we're squeezing the support of 25.8 with 26, you know, 3 or so with this 200 DMA. So for me, I would just be real patient, right? Either you need to flip this 200 EMA as support, right, and then ride that long, or I just wouldn't trade it until we flip the 25.8, right, and then hold that as resistance, and then you can ride that back down to 25.1 or so. But in the meantime, it's just sideways trading. So I mean, there's just tons of support in here. So I still have this teal line as my low 19.5. I just don't think that we're gonna go there yet. I think it's gonna take time. I think we'll hit it like somewhere over here as it works its way back up. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. So let's take a look at the live trader here. So I actually ended up stopping my alerts. I stopped it. When did I stop it? I think I stopped it after this one because I just took 2 big wins. I did not take these, and that's why I did not want to continue it with later in the day, right? Because this is Friday, like 3 o'clock. So, but you can see the first range during the news. This is what I was really focusing on, was the news. Came up perfectly and ended up entering right here, right? Rode its trade down, and then it actually wicked out on this one at TP. This shows it as TP6 if you did a close because of the news. However, for mine, it likely would have wicked us out up in here. So it was still a good trade. When I saw my P&L. We did take a call here. Now, there was people that were concerned about this call. I had a stop loss, but my stop loss was somewhere around here. I didn't like that because, like I said in the room, there's heavy support here, right? That's what I was talking about all the time in the room. So I removed that stop loss, and it came out and actually got out in profit, right? So that was our that was our day. So now all we have to do today is we just need to move this these dates up to the 28th, and then we'll take a look at the range. So this portion of it, if you're a little bit confused of what I'm doing or what I'm showing you on TikTok, this is our automated trading portion of it. I missed one. They all should be reset. Let's see. Do we want to adjust these lines? Obviously, this support line needs to be adjusted. So let's take this one off. Let's move this white one over to green. Let's move this one. We can move this one to white. That's my middle range today. And then I think my upper range, I'm gonna go a little higher. We're gonna mark like right here, because we're gonna play the what was once support, right? Turn resistance. So we'll kind of find like a middle of the road in there, somewhere about there. Okay. And then keep in mind we do have this trend line coming down too. So I'll get back on the 1 minute. All right. So that's gonna be our range for today for the live trader that I'm going to do. We can adjust this line here. I don't know that I need that one for right now. So I'm gonna take my first put off of a rejection point off of here. So we'll say 443 is good. We'll still do 5 contracts. Three contract trades is fine in case I want to let it run. Actually, I think I'm gonna do 4. I'm gonna do an extra day. We're not gonna stop it at the end of the day. I'll let take trades all the way to 3. That's fine. There's my dates, and then we said 443. We're gonna take a put. That's our strike price. We're not DCAing. I'm gonna take off the stop loss for now because I'm gonna put 4 days into it, so I'll watch it. Okay, and then our second put will be a continuation. So if we actually break below here, now this one's gonna be tricky because I don't know, because there's a ton of support right here. So it would have to be, and we have what was once resistance. And we have a trend line that I just removed. So I'm gonna put a continuation around 438.50, but I'm gonna watch that one pretty close. 438.50. So those on TikTok wondering, I'm setting up my ranges for our automation, and when it enters that parameters, it will take a trade for me. So this is what I do each morning. I just set up my ranges and then go about my day. And then we want to take a call if we get a bounce off of here. The great thing about our technology is it's only going to take the trade if it's coming back your direction. So you don't want to do it on the line. You want to do it a little bit above the line. So I would say a call around 439.35. Bounce could be good. 439.35. So 439.35. I'm gonna do the one trade only today. And then I'm gonna set up my continuation breakout would be it would have to break above 444. If we break 444, we're definitely chasing 445. So I'm gonna put a little extra on it though. I'm gonna do like 444.10. just to make sure we get that closed where I want it. 4. One trade. Bada bing. Okay, so that's my ranges, guys. If you guys missed that, just go watch it in the community events. You guys can pause it in there to get that settings. So that's our setup for today. So for those who are wondering what I was doing, we trade options in the room. I'll spend a few minutes talking about this. We use our technology to trade it, so you can actually do this. You can get this indicator on your trading view, and by getting the indicator on your trading view, you can actually use these settings too. So you can choose how many contracts you want to do, how many days. I have not played with these a lot yet, but I mean, you can trade it whatever ones you want if you want to. But primarily, we focus on the SPY. And then you have all of the options down here if you want a DCA, stop loss, all that stuff. All options. So briefly, I'm going to touch on the membership side. So if you're on TikTok, it'll probably be the last time I talk about it. You see my powerful test account here. Typically, we'll do like 0 days, like strike price like $7, $8 away, so it's like a $3 trade. I just care that it fires. I don't care that it makes money on that for the tests. In case anybody ever is wondering. So if you go to Market Insights, we are creating that new channel. It's going to be called Weekly Reviews, and what you will get in that weekly review will be a more in-depth TA. That's where we got these lines. These are some possible scenarios. We'll talk about last week's highs and lows. Some key points to watch for as we go into this week. Also some potential outcomes for each of these stocks, as well as we do Bitcoin as well. So it's just a little more in depth. I did put that into the Market Insights this week because we are actually going to finalize building that tonight. But starting next Sunday, it will not be in Market Insights. There will be a new channel called Weekly Review. And that weekly review will be only accessible by the premium memberships. So if you go into the plans, I'm not sure if that person found it, we have adjusted our prices. We simplified our memberships. So you're either free and you get the basic entry, which you can still get a lot. You just don't get to use the products and some of the extra training. And then we have starter. We've actually cut that in half. It was $99, and this is all the stuff that you get on that. And then the premium actually is pretty much a mimic of Black Box, which was $9.99. So we have very specific reasons why we adjusted this, but we wanted to include one of the reasons as helping people out. So to make sure that it can earn the money. So and you can kind of see what each membership gets from in there. So. For TikToks, we do have our own trading floor discussion room. We don't use Discord because I keep getting that question. This is our Discord. So we made our own Discord. We have buy-sell signals. We have indicators, all the education. Like I say, you could check all this out with just registering with an email, botjock.com. So, but that's all I got, guys, for the trading portion of this. You can see we're still continuing to push a little north on the SPY. So let's take a quick look. Yeah, so see this 200 EMA on the 1 hour. This is gonna be big. I would not be shocked if the market doesn't open a little bit more of a push north, but just be careful of the retracement because it's gonna be there. So, I mean, right now you're testing that EMA, but you also have a resistance level over there that is testing. But we'll talk about that in the room if you guys want to trade. Some things change as we go, right? And we'll call it out as we see it. We teach as we go while we're waiting for the ATA to take its, or the live trader to take its trades. So I'm going to go ahead and end the room. We'll see you guys here shortly. TikTok. If you have any other questions,